Cubic 851, turn right heading 180. Order 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established 27.
Hello everyone, welcome to DJ's Aviation. Today I want to discuss the rise of Emirates. Emirates are an airline based out of Dubai and have quickly become one of the leading world carriers. With an extensive fleet of not only Boeing 777s but also A380s, the airline has a very bright future ahead of them. However, how did they rise to the heights they are at today? I'll begin the discussion with a few reasons as to why the airline has risen to the top so quickly. Each of these points, similar to an essay, I'll be going in depth with later in the video. Firstly, there's the Streamlined Fleet, the location of their hub of operations, their route network, customer service awards, their image, the investment in their product, the kangaroo route, and so much more. These are the key points I want to discuss with you all in this video. I hope you all do enjoy. Let's begin the video with discussing the Streamlined Fleet. Before we get into the full details, Streamline is defined as making an organisation, in this case an airline, more efficient and effective by employing faster and simpler working methods. In regards to the aviation industry, having a streamlined fleet is basically having not necessarily a small fleet, but a fleet with very few aircraft. In Emirates' case, there are really only 2 aircraft at this point in time leading the lines, that being the A380 and the 777. Over the years, the airline has removed plenty of aircraft though, like the A340s, A330s, A310s, some of the 777s and more. But they now just have the 2, and this decision was made in an effort to streamline their fleet. In fact, the average age of the Emirates fleet is actually at around 5 years, and that's give or take. This is incredible as it's below the industry standard by almost a decade. Through Emirates operating a streamlined fleet, there are actually a number of positives which can hit the airline. Some of them I'm going to go in depth with. The first is the cabin product and services which are on board the aircraft. If Emirates were operating the 767 or even the 757, or the A310, right now in 2018, the features on board the aircraft would actually be quite different to, let's say, the 777. While you could certainly say that the airline could refit their entire cabin, it still wouldn't be the same as a 2-year-old jet flying around. The choice to streamline has also enabled Emirates to develop new cabin products, which haven't been seen before on other airlines. Having so many of the one aircraft means these particular cabin products are often seen in all corners of the globe, and this ties in with their route network, as well as the location of Dubai. While they have these 787-10s on order, down the line you could still say that the amount of different variants of aircraft they operate won't be a huge difference. This is comparing it to Delta, who operate an absolutely incredible amount of different aircraft, and you again will really notice the difference between the two. Finally, the constant deliveries of new aircraft have meant over the years that Emirates have been able to, like I mentioned before, continue to install their new cabin product on, for example, the A380, while still having the ability to create a new design when they please, purely because of the constant flow of new aircraft which are being delivered. American Airlines are currently undergoing a streamlining of their fleet, with the 787 the aircraft to take them forward in the future. Next, I want to dive into the location of operations. Emirates are based in Dubai. Dubai just so happens to be an absolutely fantastic location to have stopovers and more at. This can go for Emirates, or it can even go for the likes of Qantas, Singapore Airlines, British Airways, and more. Emirates have used Dubai to their advantage, and have taken over in various different markets because of that particular location. For example, when comparing Melbourne to Sydney to Dubai, there are a number of key differences. Firstly, Melbourne and Sydney are located in Australia. While Australia is my home country, we are though pretty much on the wrong side of the world, as they say. And ultimately, we aren't located in a fantastic position for travellers to stop over and connect onto different flights. Probably the only time you'd see connections occurring are for domestic flights, or when an international traveller wishes to fly to New Zealand, or possibly to Asia from New Zealand. If you want to, for example, fly from Singapore to London, it's unlikely that you'd come down to Melbourne first, and then on to Dubai, and then on to London. You'd fly either directly to London, or most likely through Dubai. There are multiple other routes which are pretty much the same. Dubai is a prime stopover point or hub. If you were to take anything from what I'm saying in this topic, it's this point here. Dubai is essentially within 8 hours flight time of half the world's population. This point of Dubai being in the prime location brings me onto the route portfolio, if you will, that Emirates have established over the years. Once again, this was achieved not just through the aircraft that they operate and the large amount of them, but also because the carrier is based in Dubai. Once again, a place located within 8 hours flight time of half the world's population. Each year, the Emirates route network continues to grow, with new routes being announced pretty much every month, whether this be to Auckland through Bali or direct to Perth. All these new routes allow Emirates to dive into respective markets and take some of that market share away from other carriers. A good example I can give is a flight from Dubai to Auckland via Bali. Let's say the carrier by the name of DJ Air, and I do wish that was a plug, but I don't have an airline, wanted to start a flight from Bali to Auckland. You'd find that through Emirates already beginning this route, DJ Air would really struggle to dip into the market and actually fill up their flights. All in all, the route portfolio that Emirates has grown over the past decade has enabled them to continue to rise higher than their competitors and lead the way in terms of air travel. Customer Service Awards is next. It isn't a lie that people like flying on airlines with good customer service. While we all have our opinions on service on board airlines, Emirates has won multiple customer service awards over the years, and I know people I've spoken to have thoroughly enjoyed their service. This is where word of mouth comes into play, just like a local restaurant. The minute someone says a product is good to their friends, they will likely try it out, and it's pretty much a continuous cycle. Even if you aren't being told by a friend to try out the Emirates product, the number of awards the carrier has received really do speak for themselves and showcase to us all the services that they put out are to the highest of qualities. While you could deem the service to be the interaction you as the passenger gets with the flight attendants, it isn't just that. The service also includes the IFE, the bar, and more. Emirates are continuing to improve their IFE and flight experiences with their 777X. The airline has signed a deal with Thales Avent IFE systems and is allowing passengers to send SMS messages along with getting passengers to connect to the onboard Wi-Fi, which will then mean they can message their loved ones on the ground while in the air. Once again, this product is extremely attractive to travellers looking to book flights. As we move on to the final few points, I want to talk briefly on the investment in product. This includes the seats, passengers' experience, but also their lounges and chauffeur experiences. All these additions to your experience with Emirates go a long way to Emirates gaining the image they have. Also, while not necessarily a shot at United, Emirates, while having minor hiccups, have managed to stay out of the media's attention for serious offences and incidents. The same can't be said for United. But while it does all seem positive, a slip-up could cost Emirates a lot in terms of reputation, and also they would undo the work they've done at becoming so successful. Other points include the kangaroo route, which is similar to what I discussed earlier in regards to the location of Dubai. Any flight departing Australia can easily get to Europe through Dubai, and while Qantas did pull the plug on services through Dubai, Emirates operate enough services daily to quite literally every major airport in Australia to show that the demand is certainly there to not only travel to Dubai, but to also connect through to other destinations which are not currently served by either Qantas or other airlines from, let's say, Africa or the Middle East. This is where the extensive fleet on Emirates' part really comes in handy in expanding their network and connecting passengers from all over the world. To conclude, there have been multiple reasons as to why Emirates rose up the ranks and became such a successful airline, with the key points being the location of Dubai, their route portfolio, cabin product, and many more reasons which I actually may not have included in this video. Ultimately, whether you like Emirates or not, it's been incredible to see their rise, and for the employees, as well as the aviation industry on a whole, we can only hope that it'll continue and result in further growth of competitors and more, and of course, our industry. If you have any suggestions on other carriers you'd like to see me examine the RISE on, feel free to let me know in the comment section below, and I'd be very happy to jot them down and hopefully one day get to them. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to drop it a like, and if you're new to the channel, of course, the subscribe button is always there. I'd like to thank you very much for your continued support and watching this video of mine. I look forward to you all joining me in the next one.
Race all of these broken dreams in flight, and we'll fly.